Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Justin at WinkSound.com. In this episode of The Mixing Mindset, I want to talk about finalizing your mix with the master fader. And basically what you want to do with the master fader is, since you've done a lot already with the mix, you shouldn't have to do much there. And what you want to do is kind of just put the last little touches and glue everything together. That's how you want to utilize the master fader. So as far as the signal chain, again, I'll suggest keeping it simple if that option is there, and I try to keep it simple as well. And I'll usually use a multiband EQ, multiband compressor. Maybe I'll add that EQ after the compressor if I lost anything there. Pretty similar to how I mix regular tracks, but think about it in a broader spectrum, not as, bass, guitar. Think of it as everything, and don't go too crazy because you've already done a lot in the mix. Do minimal compression just to glue it together, and with the EQ just kind of clean out anything that might be problematic, like if there's any mud in the low end or the high end is too kind of ear fatiguing, maybe bring those down a little bit, that kind of thing. And that whole process depends on the track, but for the most part you want to keep it minimal. I might add a harmonic exciter just to kind of brighten things up if maybe something is lacking there, and I will add any effects to the whole track, like a lo-fi effect or something like that, just to kind of spice it up. I usually add some kind of saturation plugin to give it some warmth, and also do my fade in and fade outs. I would suggest Isotope's Ozone plugin. It's a really great kind of all-in-one master fader kind of plugin. You could look at it like that. It's very flexible. It's got the multiband EQ, multiband compressor, the harmonic exciter, the saturation. It's got pretty much everything that I've talked about in one plugin, kind of like an all-in-one solution. Really cool. Check it out if you haven't. I won't add any dithering yet. I'll wait for the mastering stage to do that. The downsampling, I'll wait for the mastering stage. So if you're going to master it yourself, what I would suggest is bounce the track out and bring it into a new mastering session, just to kind of simplify the session, simplify what you're actually looking at. Your computer won't have to process all the plugins that you were using in your mix session. You'll just use the few that you're going to do. And basically leave some room for yourself before you bounce that track out to start the mastering session. Don't over compress, don't over EQ, don't boost your output too high, don't dither, things like that. Just so you can do your thing when you get to the mastering session. So take that into consideration to minimally do things on your master fader during the mixing stage. Let me know what you guys do with your master fader to glue your mix together, or just give it that last little spice. Send over any questions if you like, Justin at WinkSound.com. Follow WinkSound Studios on Facebook and Twitter, and stay tuned for another episode of The Mixing Mindset, where I will discuss communicating and delivering your tracks to a mastering engineer. Alright guys, see you later.